Welcome back to Grumpy Vet Garage. Today we're back on our 2004 E55 AMG, looking at an issue that's recently developed. So the issue I'm having is during normal driving, if I go full throttle and engage the kickdown switch on the bottom of the throttle pedal, it'll put the vehicle into limp mode. Now, when I turn the key off and go to restart it, that goes away and I'm good until I engage that kickdown switch again. This doesn't trigger a check engine light. In fact, I have to go looking for the code. And when I find the code, it's a P0123 code. Quickly, before it generates some questions, the car is running fine. I'm not having any performance issues. I'm not having any issues with making power as long as I stay away from the full throttle setting on the throttle pedal. So everything is great until I touch and engage the kickdown switch, which is at the very bottom of the travel of the throttle pedal. Okay, sorry about the glare. I wanted to show you what I'm finding, not just tell you what I found. So I have here my iCarSoft MB version 3.0 scanner. This is a bi-directional scanner. I really like it. It's also very affordable, can do a lot of functions, but we're going to focus on trying to fix this issue right here. So as you can see, that video just wasn't good enough, and I really want to show you the function of the iCarSoft MB version 3.0 to help you with this situation. So with the key in the ignition, not using the keyless start, go ahead and put the car to the on position, so not running, but the car is still on. And you see here diagnostics. We're going to go ahead and select diagnostics, so enter. And then we're going to move over to Mercedes-Benz. Hit enter again. That's the version. Now we're going to go ahead and do VIN identify. It'll actually pull up the VIN automatically. So with the VIN identified, it's going to say whether or not it's before or after 2005. I guess May or June of 2005. It's before because it's an 04. Now, if you were looking at this first time with this, you would do auto scan. Auto scan takes a long time, but it scans all the modules on the car. But we're just going to go to control unit. Make sure the switch is on. We already did that. So F1. We're going to go down to the engine control module. Hit enter. Now we're going to go down and read the fault code. I know it's already there, but I want to show it to you. So go down, hit enter. And there's one fault code. So again, B37, the accelerator pedal sensor, signal 1. So potentiometer above maximum values. So that's the P0123 code. Using all data, I can look up how to troubleshoot this code. And the all data database basically says we need to check the voltage at signal 1 and signal 2 on B37, which is the accelerator pedal. So we can do that using the iCarSoft scanner. So going back, we see where it says view data. We'll go down to view data. Nope. Go back, back, back. We'll go down to view data, hit enter. Okay, so in the previous video that I took that was terrible, I had a fundamental misunderstanding of how the accelerator pedal works. So the potentiometer, signal 1 and signal 2, those are the only electronic functions of the pedal. The kickdown switch is simulated by those values. So we're still going to check the functionality of the kickdown switch, but we're also really just looking at the voltage for B37, which is accelerator pedal. So there's a long list of values that you can look at just in the engine module or the ECM, but we'll go down to, I think it's electronic throttle actuator or electronic accelerator. There it is. So under check electronic accelerator idle speed, we select that, and you can see it right there at the bottom, signal 1 and signal 2. We're going to come down there, highlight signal 1, signal 2, and then F1 for done. And now it shows us the voltage on signal 1 and signal 2. So with off the throttle, that's the values we have. I'm going to go full throttle. And that's the values we have. Now, I know from looking at all data, these values are actually within limits or within the window of operation of the voltage required. Granted, signal 1 is right at the top of that voltage range. So come back off throttle, and we see it goes back down. Now, we can also check, you see here where it says F1 wave at the bottom. We can actually do this as a wave function, actually see the voltage change through the pedal. So go to F1. So this is going to be signal 1. So right now we're at 0.36. I'm going to slowly increase. You can see it's going up, going up, going up, going up. Now I'm going to go full throttle. And there we are at 4.79. Then I'm going to come off the throttle slowly, and it goes all the way back down. Do it fast. And it'll actually graph the wave sign of the voltage. So let's go ahead and check the other signal same way. So 0.18, slowly come up, go to full throttle. There it is. Good looking wave. And then come back down. So there's multiple ways that you can look at this. You can look at the voltage through the actual just a readout, or it can actually graph you the wave of the voltage signal. Now let's check the kickdown function. Again, there is no kickdown switch. It's built into the B37 sensor. But when we come down to, there's a section at the bottom that has, let me go back one more. There's a section at the bottom that has like grouped values. I believe it's the second grouped value. Yeah, right there, kickdown switch. We go here, and this will actually show us the kickdown switch function of the pedal. I said F1. Nope, gotta select it. We hit enter, then F1. Okay, so it shows not operated because my foot is off the throttle. I'm gonna go full throttle, operated. I'll let go. Not operated. So the function works. We can look at the wave. Well, we can't look at the wave, but it's either on or off, and currently it shows that it's functioning. But again, there isn't a kickdown switch. It's built into the potentiometer, signal 1 and signal 2. Okay, so conferring with the data from all data, the voltage readings we're getting is within spec. And as you're going down, looking at that trouble code, and then looking at the voltage, that's the end of the test, and it says it's okay. So it would turn around and say, oh, there's no problem, when clearly there is. The problem is repeatable. It continues to put up that code. So the next step now would be to do a visual inspection. We need to go ahead and check the connectors, check the wiring, check to make sure there's not any kind of corrosion on pins or anything on the accelerator pedal. So let's go ahead and look at the accelerator pedal now. Okay, so down here in the driver's side footwell accelerator pedal, what I'm tracking is it's only held on by a 10mm nut and then a bracket up top, and it should come free. But inside up here at the top is where the two sensors are, the sensor 1 and sensor 2. And then this right here is the kickdown switch right there. And it's all built into the pedal. From what I understand, none of it is serviceable. You can't change any of it. If I'm wrong, by all means, let me know in the comments. But first thing, we need to remove this cover right here, which mine just slips out. I don't know if yours is like that. But then we need to come in with a 10mm and undo that nut. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down. It's kind of difficult to do stuff behind the camera, but I'll come back. Okay, so the 10mm is out. The pedal comes free. Maybe a little easier than it should have. But this tab up top, let me flip it around. This tab up top right here is what locates the top part of the pedal into a bracket. But yeah, it came apart pretty easy. Spinning this around, there should be 2 connectors. Okay, spinning this around, we have to disconnect this connector right here. Okay, so the pedal is disconnected. On this connector, you have to pinch the sides real hard, and then it'll pop free. But looking at the contacts, this looks very clean. The wiring all looks really good. And The contacts on the pedal actually look really good too. If you look down in, let me see if I can get it in focus. But if you look down in there, there's no corrosion of any kind. It looks a little dirty and I have some cleaning I need to do, but I don't physically see anything wrong with this pedal. Everything's just pointing to that this pedal is bad, that it's slightly out of limits, tripping the P0123 code. So there's really isn't any clear guidance on what to do next. You know, of course, all data says everything is good, put it back together and drive it, but I know that's not how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and source a new pedal for the car. Okay, so now that we've verified that the voltage readings from the potentiometer, sensor 1 and sensor 2 on this pedal are within limits, it kind of leaves us with a little bit of a conundrum on what to do next. Looking at this pedal, fundamentally, I had a misunderstanding on how this actually functioned. I thought there was two separate connectors, that there was the potentiometer right here, and that this was a kick-down switch. It is not a kick-down switch. There is no electrical connector on this at all. This is just a button for pedal travel, kind of give you a tactile feel that you've gone to full throttle, but there is no connector associated with this. Doing a little bit of research, the last time on an E55 that this connector or this button had a connector was 2002. So the kickdown function that we saw on the iCarsoft scanner was actually being done from the potentiometer. It was sensing that we had gone to the kickdown function of the pedal. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get a replacement pedal. Thinking of getting a new one. Granted, the part number on this pedal is actually the obsolete part number. There's actually a date stamp on this too. So this is the actual 04 pedal, the original pedal in this vehicle. So I think it could just be worn out from repeated going to full throttle, or maybe not going to full throttle enough. Maybe I need to do more of that. But I'm going to go ahead and get the replacement part number, the updated part number. Again, I'll leave a link to this and everything I'm using in the video description, but I need to go ahead and source a new pedal so that we can try to fix this problem. Okay, so we got our replacement pedal. We got it from ECS Tuning, lifetime warranty, so I'm never going to have to buy this thing again. But we need to go ahead and just throw it in. Again, 10 millimeter. There's no torque listed on all data for that fastener. Just make it nice and snug. Key thing to remember, make sure the tab is installed into the bracket, and then make sure you're not pinching the wiring when you plug in the pedal. Okay, so we're still kind of fighting the same light problem that I had before, but I'm trying to kind of give you a clear view of the readings. So this is the readings of the pedal now, foot off the throttle, and then that is full throttle. So as you can see, the numbers are much lower, more into the middle of the scale and not off scale or potentially off scale like they were before. So full throttle and then off throttle. Okay, so now we know voltage is good. We checked the voltage. It's still within the range, just like the OEM one was, but it's not at the edge of the range. So taking the E55 out, letting it get warmed up, and then we'll go ahead and test at full throttle whether or not we're having the same P0123 issue. Okay, so now the car's warmed up. Let's go ahead and give it full throttle and see if we go back into limp mode. No, we do not. We do not go into limp mode. That was very nice. That was all the way to the floor. Oh yeah, she'll break them loose. She will definitely break them loose. So, of course, I always refer to all data whenever appropriate. I mean, it's not quite the factory manual, but it takes excerpts from the factory manual. But a lot of ranges I saw for the voltage for this pedal were lower than that of all data. So when I saw the voltage at the high end of the all data, it made me think, like, where is everybody getting these lower voltage ranges for this pedal? So with this new pedal installed, I have a lower voltage range, so it's not going above the voltage that the stripping the code. So I tend to think when you see the all data that says that the voltage can go up to what, 4.8 at the top end, that's actually already too high. That really the range is much lower than that. Yeah, she's full throttle, works great. It's just one of those things, like you don't normally drive around just going full throttle all the time. Some pedal modulation, especially considering there's a good amount of torque that this car makes, and the tire, granted, it's a factory size tire, you would think would be big enough to handle the power. It's a little undersized for the amount of power that I think the car makes. But yeah, everything seems to be sorted out good. I'm gonna go back and pull again to see if there's any shadow codes I don't know about, but definitely nothing on the dash. Everything on the dash looks great. But yeah, if you have any questions about this process, unfortunately, it wasn't as straightforward. The voltage was saying, from all data that it was good when clearly it wasn't. But if you have any questions about this process or anything I did, by all means, leave a comment. I love to read your comments. But if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to Grumpy Vet Garage, liking this video, sharing this video. We have a Grumpy Vet Garage merch store and affiliate marketing links in the video description. Using those links to make any purchase directly supports the channel. If you want to get a hold of me, you can through the comment section of this video or through our Facebook or Instagram page. Link is in the video description. But as always, thanks for coming and seeing me in my garage. And until next time, have a good one.